sometimes not responding is a response.
Well, you talked about how you found out that they're trying to set up Drake in LA at one point. What exactly was that about?
That was about like him and Diddy were beefing, right? They had a little beef over something in Miami outside of Live.
I think Diddy allegedly to them or something. I think it was over the Start from the Bottom beat, where I guess it's supposed to go to Diddy and Drake took it and something silly like that.
Yeah, I mean, when I think about Started from the Bottom, I don't know what Diddy would have did with that beat.
Like, what made you put hands on Drake?
I did not put hands on Drake.
Oh.
And I do not want any problems with Drake. Drake is, right now, that's all I got. That's all I have to say. He's putting in his work. I didn't do nothing to Drake. Drake is my friend.
So that was a total rumor.
They're one and the same. Tell me something. When you have a peanut butter jelly sandwich, if it's just peanut butter, it's just peanut butter. If it's just jelly, it's jelly. When you put it together, it becomes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the taste is undeniable.
You saying Diddy and Jay-Z is peanut butter jelly?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Drake just flipped the whole industry upside down by leaking Jay-Z's private warning about Diddy. And it's explosive. Suddenly, all those old Hav lyrics hit like secret messages, like he'd been warning the world for years in plain sight. Every bar, every subtle jab, it all makes sense now. But before this turns into another internet storm, let's spin the clock back for a second. Back in 2010, when Drake was still the new kid turning heads, Jay-Z gave him that royal cosign on Thank Me Later with the track Light Up. That wasn't just another collab, it was a coronation moment. People said Jay was basically handing him the torch, making it clear Drizzy was next, after Lil Wayne had already built the Young Money empire. And Jay didn't just dip after that. He kept reappearing right when Drake leveled up. Pound Cake in 2013, Talk Up in 2018, Love All in 2021. Each time felt like a reminder that Jay was still watching, still guiding. Their bond stayed complicated, part brotherhood, part rivalry. But one thing never changed. Jay carried that untouchable mentor energy. Even Drake himself, live on stage, once said Jay-Z inspired him more than anyone else. And that truth hits different now. That power balance never really shifted.
I remember when I was about like 17 years old, I was in a parking lot. I was watching Jay-Z do a show for an event at the time that was called Rock the Caravana. It was like the first time Jay-Z had ever really like come to the city and shown us love. And I was with one of my friends from school and I was in a parking lot. For me, that was really a moment that unlocked something in my mind. It made me realize that all this is possible, you know? So I want to thank,
Jay's always been the boss in the shadows, and Drake the protege who studied the game faster than anyone. Word on the street says Jay didn't just influence Drake. He trained him, molding his mindset like a silent coach, showing him how to move through shark-infested waters without getting bit. Hav was the one feeding him jewels, who to trust, who to curve, and when to stay quiet. Now fans are realizing those old J-bars weren't random. They were coded warnings, a lyrical guide for surviving the industry's hidden traps. One fan said it best. When Drake first linked with Jay, that was more than music. It was Jay teaching him the playbook. On Light Up, Jay dropped that icy message. Drake, here's how they're gonna come at you in disguise, in the form of a favor. Even the Barzini meeting. That wasn't just slick talk, it was straight mentorship. He was warning Drake about snakes dressed as friends, favors with price tags, and those so-called allies plotting behind champagne smiles. Now people can't help but wonder, was Jay quietly warning him about Diddy all along? And did Drake actually take that advice to heart? Because when you connect those dots, it gets wild. Fast forward to the 2014 drama, the Drake versus Diddy feud that blew up out of nowhere. The spark? A single beat, 0 to 100. The catch-up, produced by Boy One Day and Frank Dukes. Diddy claimed it was his, but Drake dropped it first, and the song turned into a monster hit overnight. Diddy didn't let it slide. By December 8th, 2014, at DJ Khaled's birthday bash in Miami's Club Live, things exploded. The club was packed with stars, lights flashing. But behind the glitz was tension thick enough to slice. Diddy rolled up not to toast champagne, but to handle business. Reports say he pressed Drake about the beat. Drake clapped back slick, and that's when Diddy allegedly smacked him and warned, "You'll never disrespect me again." Word around the industry was this wasn't some small-time rap beef. It was a full-blown power struggle.
There's no footage of this. Based on people that I've spoken to close to the situation, Diddy really did punch Drake in the face.
Oh, I got that call 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
I was laying in my bed, and my phone kept ringing. I'm like, why my phone keep ringing at 4 o'clock in the morning? So I go to look at my phone, and it's my dude, like, my dude. And he ain't no just random guy in the club. This is somebody that everybody knows.
Right.
He's like, boy, you wouldn't just believe what happened. I'm like, what? Diddy just slapped Drake.
Puffy for so long and having dealings with him. What was the first thing you thought when you heard the story about him allegedly punching Drake?
He said, Drake. I actually thought Drake must have said something wrong to him or something, or did something, or tried to play him, or something must have happened. I actually really didn't, I kind of just laughed. It's funny.
This wasn't about one beat. It was about who really runs the culture. Behind the scenes, egos were clashing, alliances were shifting, and whispers spread like wildfire. Insiders said it was less about music and more about control. Who held the keys to hip-hop's top floor? Even 50 Cent had to jump in, loud, unfiltered, and messy as ever.
Puff can't hear a hit? That's kind of crazy.
He still hear things from back then, that time.
Oh, got you now.
Right.
Okay, got you saying.
He can't buy the right. He can't. You play it for him right now, and it's hot. He can't buy it. This is why he's fighting Drake. When you hit Drake, because he used the beat that he didn't actually use.
0 to 100.
Right. You see what I'm saying? So if he heard it, and then he heard Drake use it, but it wasn't a hit yet until Drake put the lines on the record. And he's upset about that because he can't hear it, but he felt like he took something from him.
He turned the whole thing into a circus, calling out names and lighting up social media. With 50 stirring the chaos, it became clear. This wasn't a rivalry anymore, it was a war for respect. But this is where the story took a dark, twisted turn. That slap was just the surface. What happened after had the whole city whispering in fear. Word started spreading through LA that Diddy didn't just want revenge. He supposedly put out a quiet bounty, a cash prize for anyone who caught Drake off guard. That rumor hit the streets like wildfire, shaking up studios, clubs, and late-night hangouts. Suddenly, the vibe in LA changed overnight.
Sometimes not responding is a response.
Well, you talked about how you found out that they're trying to set up Drake in LA at one point. What exactly was that about?
That was about like him and Diddy were beefing, right? They had a little beef over something in Miami outside of Live.
I think Diddy allegedly to him or something. It was over the start from the bottom beat, where I guess it's supposed to go to Diddy and Drake took it and something silly like that.
Yeah, I mean, when I think about started from the bottom, I don't know what Diddy would have did with that beat.
People moving different, watching their backs, conversations getting hushed mid-sentence, phones buzzing, deals getting canceled, and everyone wondering what was about to go down next in the shadows. But word is, Drake saw that storm brewing long before it hit. Hove had already schooled him heavy. Keep your circle tight, play it cool, and never sleep on the streets. So when things got tense, Drake made a power move. He connected with the game, the Compton Bulldog himself. A man feared, respected, and locked into every corner of LA.
Who it is, like there's certain people that are gonna get called, and I'm one of those people. So, I had privy, Drake to a little information. Like I said, I don't know where it came from, but I always, it's like my brother. So I hit him, I told him like, yo, this is what it is, but I got you. We over here, and I'm pretty heavy, so, we straight.
Diddy had clout, no doubt, but Game had reach. And when things turn physical, reach beats fame every single time. That connection might have literally saved Drake's life. Rumor has it, Game later admitted that some people tried to line Drake up, telling him to wet the dude up. But instead of letting the situation spiral, Game stepped in personally, guarding Drake and flipping the whole situation on its head. But let's keep it all the way honest, nothing in the streets comes free. Protection like that? It always carries a tag, a code, and a quiet debt you can't just ignore. When someone saves you in that world, you owe them, and Drake knew it. So how did he return the favor? By dropping a record that would echo through the blocks, 100. And he didn't half-step with it either. They filmed the video right in the heart of Compton, Game's own territory, planting Drake right in the middle of real street energy. That move wasn't about culture. It was business, a chess move with power written all over it. Drake wasn't chasing cool points. He was paying back protection with visibility, turning a song into a street alliance. That track was more than a collab. It was a public message screaming, I got real backup now. But then things got shaky, fast. During that same shoot, chaos almost broke loose.
Drake and Game do a song,
What about it?
and Drake comes to Compton to shoot the video.
100. He shot it on
100.
Brazil and Wimbledon.
What all happened during that video? What was that?
He pulled up, Drake gave us love. Stunner cleared it for me, didn't charge me. Drake didn't charge for the verse. Drake actually brought his film crew to film it for us. That's what he wanted to do. We was on the famous Brazil and Wimbledon shooting it, in the canal. We had to move blocks. And when we move blocks, we send the little homies to do what they need to do. Drake kind of seen some activity and, shit. He did what a motherfucker you supposed to do. He got out of there. So we sent somebody to get him. Bro, it's cool. That ain't for you. That's for us. Because, we seen shit going on. But, we moving blocks. We're not just going to hit the block without the block being right. So we had to make sure the homies, when they cleared the block. He came back and we finished the video.
Whack 100, who was running the scene, said Drake suddenly got spooked, eyes wide, heart racing. After spotting some unfamiliar dudes sliding through the block, the vibe turned tense quick and Drake thought the worst, that the rumored bounty was finally being cashed in. He freaked out, bolted mid-scene, until Whack and Game chased him down, telling him, "Relax, bro, they're with us. They're here to protect you." By May 2015, the word on the block was that the storm had finally cooled off. Rumors started swirling that Diddy and Drake had squashed the beef, and French Montana even popped up taking credit for brokering the peace. Then Diddy hit the Breakfast Club, brushing off all the wild stories and calling Drake a friend, like it was all water under the bridge. But the streets weren't fooled, not for a second. Fans said the whole thing felt way too polished, like a PR stunt dressed up as a reunion. Behind those friendly smiles and media sound bites, the tension was still there, quiet but heavy, just waiting to pop again. Behind the scenes, that so-called peace never really existed. The energy stayed sour, fake smiles in public, cold silence in private.
Like, what made you put hands on Drake?
I did not put hands on Drake.
Oh.
And I do not want any problems with Drake. Drake is, right now, that's all I got. That's all I have to say. He's putting in his work. I didn't do nothing to Drake. Drake is my friend.
That was a total rumor.
Insiders claimed this whole feud was never just about music. It had layers. Cassie's shocking accusations later painted Diddy as manipulative and controlling. And once those legal filings dropped, the whole industry felt the shake. But rewind to 2013. Rumors were spinning that Drake wanted to sign Cassie to OVO. Maybe just talk, maybe not. But in Diddy's world, perception is power. That alone could have lit the fuse. People even dug up Lil Duval's old tweet saying, "I heard Diddy swung on Drake in Miami for saying hello to Cassie." It sounded like a joke back then, but now, that bar hits completely different. Drake, as usual, didn't speak directly. He wrapped his truth in code. On 4 p.m. in Calabasas, he fired subliminals left and right. "All you self-promoters are janky, even the OGs trying to press me." That wasn't just a lyric, it was a dagger. Then he flipped Diddy's own ad-lib, mocking, take that," like a sly warning the whole game caught. Back then, fans shrugged it off.
He brought you on to speak on Diddy, and it seemed that as if your focus turned to Jay-Z, his wife.
That's always been my focus.
Yes. What?
They're one and the same. Tell me something. When you have a peanut butter jelly sandwich, if it's just peanut butter, it's just peanut butter. If it's just jelly, it's jelly. When you put it together, it becomes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the taste is undeniable.
You saying Diddy and Jay-Z is peanut butter jelly?
Peanut butter and jelly.
But now every line feels like a breadcrumb. The tension, the pride, the quiet power plays. It was all baked into the music. And the whispers won't stop. Some fans even claim Jay was caught up in Diddy's dark circles too. His name's been floating through lawsuit talk, secret party rumors, and wild claims. Especially after Jaguar Wright said, "Jay and Diddy? Same sandwich, just different slices." And fans are eating it up heavy. One comment summed it up perfectly. They call her crazy because she's telling the truth. Love me some Jag. That one line set social media on fire. But this goes way beyond Drake now. This is about Jay-Z, what he knew, and how deep he might have been tied into Diddy's empire behind the curtains. If those lyrical warnings were real, some say Hov wasn't just sharing wisdom. He He was protecting his own legacy, keeping his throne safe from the chaos he saw coming. So now the question is, were those subliminals the real evidence all along? And just how far did Jay-Z's knowledge really go? Was he guiding Drake, or guarding a bigger secret that runs deeper than the music? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, share this story around, and don't forget to subscribe, because the next revelation's about to blow the roof off.